Welcome back. You're watching our special coverage on CNBC TV 18. We're focusing on the big question raised by the Apex Court that should there be a window that should be reopened in cases of genuine bona fide concerns being raised by people as to why they were not able to meet the earlier deadline set by the government for depositing of old notes. The sense that the Apex Court is leaving us with is that perhaps there is a genuine need felt for the government as well as the RBI to reconsider their earlier position. They have been given 2 weeks' time to reconsider their position and to come back and report to the Apex Court. Discussing this issue with us is Senior Advocate Mr. Sanjay Hegde as well as Senior Advocate Mr. Vikas Singh. Mr. Hegde, coming back to you now, looking at the road forward. As far as these exemptions are concerned, one of the affidavits filed by the government before the Apex Court was quite clear that even during the duration of the demonetization drive, there were various raids that were conducted, there were various investigations done, and that there was widespread abuse of these exemptions that was discovered. Various use of shell companies was also discovered. Enough and more ways were found by people, by the creative elements to rout the black money in question. Just coming back to you, that at this stage, when we're 9 months away from the initial announcement, will more exemptions provide even greater room for routing of black money? And will that not defeat, in effect, the very purpose of the demonetization drive?
Well, that is a call for the government to make. The government can say that we feel that if there is any more exception granted, it will defeat our entire demonetization drive. It may also come back to the court and say that now that our demonetization drive has succeeded and 99% anyway has come back, in this 1% of a case where there are genuine hard cases, we can take a look and we can provide a window. You must remember that they very recently they made a major exception in respect of these old notes which were still lying with the cooperative banks. And they've made an exception to accept them. So the money was already there in the banking sector. Those banks are now required to deposit it. So when you make those kind of big exceptions, the question is why not make an exception for genuine hard cases? Go ahead, define what a genuine hard case is. If you can, for instance, provide actual proof that you had no access to the money, that the money was lying in a locker. You did not operate the locker between the days of demonetization and the expiry of the last date. That thereafter, only by virtue of a court order or some other administrative order, you gained access to the locker, you opened that locker and discovered that there were actually currency notes in it. If there is a case which is as genuine as that, and
there is a sense that you do believe that there is room available for there to be more intervention by the judiciary, at least in terms of allowing of that window. Mr. Vikas, if I can come to you, let me first apologize. A lot of technical difficulties today. We'll try to get your comments here as well. The sense that we are getting is that, at least the sense that the government sought to push forth before the Apex Court, is that over the course of the demonetization drive, various raids revealed very elaborate means of abusing the exemptions that had been allowed. Just looking at the current arguments that have been forwarded, will more exemptions lead to more creative means of routing of black money, and will that not defeat the very purpose of the demonetization drive?
Actually, if you ask me, the real abuse took place by the banks, which colluded with these black money holders and siphoned off the new currency to them by exchanging the black money, the old currency, and showing it as people with 4,000 or 5,000, or whatever was that limit which individuals could take. That was the real abuse. Because if you had given window and if you had allowed people to come at their will to exchange the money, your two objectives, which I just cited at the start of the show, would have definitely been achieved. The entire money would have come back and the fake currency would have been weeded out. The purpose of stopping this exchange was actually a very bad decision, and that resulted in the slowing down of the economy, which is reflected in the quarterly figures which have just been revealed for the last quarter. Now, small traders who, had been accustomed to doing work on cash, and maybe a lot of them may be all accounted cash, or maybe, cash which is used in the system because the people who they are paying off to don't have accounts. They were unnecessarily harassed for this reason, and there was no justification for that. I don't see actually the court, if you ask me, the court really should have extended the window on day one, that anybody can exchange this money and it is legal tender till it is exchanged. Because
you're dismissing the argument that it will lead to more widespread exemptions. But coming back to you, Mr. Vikas, as far as the question of going forward is concerned, looking forward, one concern that the government has cited, that the very language of the ordinance is such, is that they can only provide exemptions for a certain class of citizens and that not in individual cases. Now, assuming that to be true, in your sense, what is the possible kind of window? What are the mechanics, dynamics of a window that we can expect or should expect from the government if it were to allow room for the old deposits, old notes to be deposited?
Well, as far as the government is concerned, it can issue an amendment, it can reissue an ordinance and then consolidate both the ordinance into a law whenever they enact a formal law. So that's not a problem as far as the government is concerned. If the government is not ready to do it, the court can read down the ordinance and say that this window which has been opened for this needed to be expanded to ensure that people are not harassed, and genuine people who have this money and who could not exchange it due to bona fide reasons be permitted to exchange. So either the government or the court both can do it, and I'm sure if the government is not ready to do it, the court will do it, because it is completely unjustified that courts, unfortunately, in our system of judicial determination, you have these affidavits and counter affidavits, and courts are slow to grant an interim order. This was a fit case where courts should have granted an interim order, not banning the demonetization, but to the extent that it had held that it is not legal tender the day this demonetization took place. If that had been done, the common
Because if I get the sense you're telling us that if it is possible, given there is enough legislative intent. Mr. Hegde, if I can have some final thoughts from you as well. The Solicitor General, appearing on behalf of the government, made it very clear that not only is the government to be put to task, but even the RBI, by way of a mere circular, can provide somewhat of an individual window for individuals to deposit old notes. Just your sense, sir, that where exactly does the buck lie? With the government to go ahead and to amend the ordinance, or perhaps with the RBI to come out with a circular, to come out with a window that would allow for old notes deposit?
Well, the primary responsibility will rest with the government, because after all, the government has the legislative power to do so, and it is the government notifications which often rule the roost. The RBI in these matters often listens to the Finance Ministry's directives. So the primary responsibility, to my mind, will rest with the government. Of course, what route they take, whether they do it themselves or they ask the RBI to do it, that is a matter of administrative determination for the government to take.
Fair enough. So that is, of course, the final word coming in from Mr. Hegde. Mr. Vikas, final word from you as well. The Apex Court has made its position quite clear. 2 weeks' time is what the government as well as the RBI has to come back and reply. Just your sense that going forward, the exemptions that are being sought, the window that is being sought, will that create an air of perhaps symbolism in terms of demonetization drive itself taking that symbolic hit, given that the government has made its position quite clear that beginning December 31st, no further window can be provided? Will this be something of a concern as far as the government is concerned?
Well, if the government is really worried about this extension of this window being misused, there is ample power with the government to say that if upon investigation this money which is now sought to be tendered and is found to be sort of illegitimate money or money which should have been given in earlier, they can put in some penalty and they can put in some penal provision so that to deter people trying to misuse this window. And it's the ingenuity of the government to decide on such issues, that if you feel that there is even one case which comes to you with some kind of cash which is sort of being sought to be legitimized because of this extension being granted, then you can always provide for penal provisions and say that not only will it be confiscated, the person tendering such money will be also imposed with a penalty which is equal to the money which is being submitted or double the money, and that will be a clear-cut deterrent to ensure that nobody tries to misuse this window. and there could be an appellate process where there could be some.
So
all
that's
that the government can do. I mean, if it wants
our
to.
panelists, both of them quite clear that as far as the road forward is concerned, there is enough and more legal and legislative tools available at the disposal of the government as well as of the RBI to go ahead and to allow a window. Will they or won't they? That, of course, is one question that we will get more clarity on when the government submits its final report before the Apex Court. The Apex Court, of course, will be open to considering the idea of judicial intervention. That, of course, is something that we'll find out later. But for now, the Apex Court, as well as our panelists, are in agreement that there is a need felt for another window as far as deposit of old notes are concerned in genuine and bona fide cases. Thank you so much for watching our special coverage on the issue. Keep watching CNBC TV 18.